हेलो.
Yes, sir.
युट्यूबवर स्ट्रीम केलेला आहे.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
आपली फर्स्ट स्लाइड घे. फर्स्ट
Yes.
स्क्रीन शेअर कर. यूट्यूब लिंक शेअर करतो मला.
Yes, sir.
युट्यूब केलं का लिंक शेअर मला. आशीष सर आपका ये है ना पीपीटी है.
Sir.
Let me know when do I start.
आशीष सर आपका पीपीटी है ना.
हाँ.
ओके.
सर मैंने लिंक आपको शेयर किया है सर.
ओके ओके. आई विल शेयर इट ऑल्सो. देन वी विल स्टार्ट एक्सरसाइज.
Yes, sir. So please convey the message to computer department also.
हां मी थोडी नाव सांगितलं.
Okay, sir.
निखिल सिद्धेश को अगर नहीं बोला. निखिल
सर बोला है सर, मगर थोड़ा काम था सर उसका.
ओके.
हाँ
आणि
सर.
तू आणि वैभव हे करायचं क्या फिर टेक्निकली.
हाँ सर. Yes, sir.
ओके.
और लिंक भेटली मला. मी शेअर करतो.
Okay, sir.
यूट्यूब पे लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग ऑन किया है.
और यस सर लाइव.
Yes, sir. Live है सर हम.
वो यूट्यूब की लिंक है ना आपके क्लास के ऊपर शेयर कर. Yes, sir. Nikhil,
Yes, sir.
can we start?
Yes, sir.
First slide again.
Because it's sir.
Screen share the first slide.
Yes, sir. So this is the first slide, sir.
मला दिसत नाही. मला स्क्रीन दिसत नाही. निखिल,
सर पण सर स्क्रीन शेअर केलेली आहे सर ऑलरेडी.
केले का? बरं, हा मी लिव्ह करून पुन्हा घेऊन येतो.
येस येस सर.
आता आलं ना?
Screen visible to you?
Oh yes, आता visible आहे.
Okay, sir.
Sidhu sir, can we start?
Yes, sir, you can. Sir, but your voice is too low, sir. Jagtap, sir.
हाँ अभी आ रहा है, क्लियर है?
नहीं ना, कम है, कम है.
ओके ओके. Yes, we will start now. Dear all students and faculty, welcome all of you from DSM Imperial College of Engineering and Research. Our institute organizing a webinar series on entrepreneurship on various topics. This webinar series aims to provide an opportunity to the students and faculty to enrich the entrepreneurial mindset and develop skills for starting a venture. JSPM Imperial College of Engineering and Research, we conducted the first session on entrepreneurship, scope, opportunities, and challenges. And the session delivered by Shishalendra Goswami, Chairman and Managing Director of Scrum
Vaibhav voice is not coming, na?
No, sir. No, sir.
No, sir.
Just Nikhil, call Jagtap sir.
Okay, sir. Hello. Hello, sir.
Ha, Nikhil.
Uh, sir, sorry, sir. Actually, Chakta sir have some technical issue with some electrical issue. That's why.
Then what sir was told? Hello, Nikhil.
Hello, sir. Sir Jagtap
What?
sir have some technical issue. That's why
No, what
he's
sir
unable
was
to
told?
connect. Sir
Harshit
Jagtap sir
Gupta sir
told that
has.
continue the session.
Okay, Harshit Gupta sir, we are extremely sorry for this technical issue.
No problem, sir. It's completely
So
fine.
wait, we'll sort out it, sir.
Hello, Sidhu sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Actually, lights off. So then we will start now.
Okay, sir. Okay, okay.
Hello.
Yes, sir. You can start. It is audible.
वीडियो ऑन है ना सर?
Sure, sir. आपका वीडियो दिख रहा है.
Okay, welcome
Please
all
continue.
students. Welcome all students and faculty for the webinar series session 2 on growth marketing masterclass by the today's guest, Mr. Harshit Gupta, co-founder and digital marketing trainer, NSDM. For company or startups to grow, there are some marketing strategies that we have to implement by using a growth strategies, or to choose your target area of growth, conduct a market and industry research, set growth goals, plan your course of action, determine your growth tools and requirement, and execute your plan. So this session that on growth marketing class, it will give the outcomes to the students and faculty to learn how to grow your sales effectively, make effective campaigns and tweaks in digital marketing, learn a technical optimization and strategies that is used in growth marketing to achieve growth with lean resources. Students will learn advanced models of growth by analyzing business models that drive organic user growth. Students will also learn advanced retargeting strategies and tracking techniques for Facebook and Google Ads into your Google Analytics and study a viral loop case studies. So welcome all to for this session too. Now today's guest, Mr. Harshit Gupta, I will introduce briefly. Yes, in digital, he is personally trained more than 5,000 individuals on digital marketing and growth hacking. He is a professional with leadership qualities and rich experience in digital marketing. He has worked in various roles, including co-founder, director, visiting faculty, digital marketing strategist, and digital marketing manager. Excellent knowledge of search engine optimization, search engine marketing, PPC, digital online marketing, management, and email marketing campaign. Excellent knowledge of social networking with the LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. In-depth knowledge and bound on experience in business development, lead generation, social media marketing, and SEO content writing. He is a serial entrepreneur with powerful growth hacking and digital marketing skills. Welcome you, sir. Now I would like to invite Mr. Harshit Gupta to deliver the today's sessions. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Sanjay sir. Thank you so much, everyone.
Sorry for the excuse, the light is off, so that's why I disconnected.
No problem, sir. That's a very normal thing that is happening these days.
Yes, continue, sir.
I'll just share my screen. Can you just give me rights to share my?
Yes, sir. Just a sec, sir. So now you can share the screen.
Yeah, is my screen visible?
Yes.
Right.
Yes, sir.
A very good evening to all of you, and thank you for inviting me for this session. I am glad to be a part of this series where and basically I've got a chance to contribute to this entrepreneurship series. So, what I'm going to talk about in this particular webinar is basically we are going to look at beyond digital marketing. So it's going to be about growth hacking or basically growth marketing uh, that we will be talking about case studies and what is the right approach that needs to be there. So as an entrepreneur, growth marketing is a very essential skill set. In fact, one of the most important skill set that anybody needs to acquire if they want to kind of grow their company, if they want to grow their startup. So growth marketing, growth hacking is something very relevant to the startup ecosystem, which not many people are aware about. So Sanjay sir has already given my introduction, so I'll not waste much of time. I'm basically a serial startup entrepreneur, co-founder and growth head at NSDM. I've got 4 years of experience and so 2000 plus, but overall, if you include online plus offline, I've personally trained 5,000 plus students, and I'm also a growth advisor to a lot of edtech startups and e-commerce companies. So the story begins uh, with understanding the growth mindset. Uh, Now, what exactly is a growth mindset? So this guy, can anybody tell me who is this guy? So do we have students as well, sir, or it's the
Yes,
only
sir. Students is there, sir. Yes, sir.
right? Anybody know this guy? Does anybody know this guy? Anybody? You can just drop in the chat box if you're aware about who this guy is. If no, I can tell you who exactly is this guy. Not aware? So this guy is basically his name is Takeru Kobayashi. He's a three-time hot dog champion. If you Google his name, you can follow him and you can check what kind of thing he's done. He's a three-time hot dog champion. So he holds a record of eating 52 hot dogs in 26 minutes. So this is the guy. So he holds a record of eating 52 hot dogs in 26 minutes. The previous record that he has basically beaten was somebody who was eating 26 hot dogs in 26 minutes. So he almost ate double number of hot dogs in the same time. When he was asked what was his secret, he said that he experimented for 6 months. He ran experiments and he ran 70 experiments, uh, to kind of identify the best way to eat hot dogs faster. And he found out a legal loophole that you can have liquid along with the food. So if you see a normal guy would have a hot dog and then basically you will have water. But if you have it in that way, it's very difficult to kind of have these many numbers. So what he did was, as I said, that he ran 70 experiments, out of which 68 experiments were actually unsuccessful and two of them were successful. So these were the growth hacks that he identified. So what he did was he separated the buns from the sausages and he dipped that bun into the water and he started gulping it and he started eating the sausages separately. So wo jo, there's this bun which is a pav. If you dip it in the water, it becomes very kind of easy to swallow. So that's how, I mean, he was unconventional and he was able to kind of beat his competition. According to me, he's a growth hacker. Why? Because he ran experiments. And that's what growth marketing or growth hacking is all about. It's a process of rapid experimentation, right? So you run rapid experiments across a range of marketing channels to identify the most effective way to grow a business, right? It's basically a mindset, a skill set, an approach, and a strategy and a vision. Another story that I want to convey is a story between there's a book called David and Goliath. The book is from Malcolm Gladwell, wherein he speaks about a political scientist called Arrogant Toff. So this guy Arrogant Toff, he studied actually wars, you know uh, studied a lot of wars from years and years and 2000 years, and then he found out that smaller armies can beat almost larger armies almost two-thirds of the times if they're unconventional, right? So if you are unconventional, you have a small army. And in fact, one of the best example, let's not get into Malcolm Gladwell, the originator of guerrilla warfare tactic is Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, if we are aware about. That's the classic example of beating the larger armies, because the Maratha armies were smaller in numbers, but still they were able to beat larger armies. So David and Goliath are a similar story. If you see that image, that the giant guy, his name is Goliath. He's a 7 feet giant. This is a war that happened between Philistines and Israelites. So in the early days, basically in the early days, one of the way that people used to resolve the wars was, you send your best guy, and we'll be sending our best guy, and whoever wins, that's how the war decisions was supposed to decide. So if you see, Philistines was they sent their best guy, that was Goliath. He's a 7 feet giant covered with armor, with all the weapons. And against that, if you see David, who's not even a warrior, he's a shepherd. So Goliath basically challenges the Israelites, and then he say that, get me your best man, and I'm gonna kill him. Nobody was, in fact, everybody was so scared. Nobody was, in fact, ready to fight with Goliath. But then there was this guy called David, who was a shepherd. What he says is, he says that I'm gonna fight this guy, and what he does is, you can see that there's a sling in his hand. There's a sling. So what he does is, he kind of collects 5 6 stones from the ground, rotates, puts it on the sling, and rotates it at a very very fast speed, and hits at the Goliath's center of the head. So and they assume, it is assumed that the speed was so fast that it was equivalent to a gun's bullet. So that's how basically he kind of hits Goliath. When the stone is hit at the Goliath's head, he gets unconscious and falls down. David then runs towards Goliath, and then takes off his knife and cuts his throat. And that's how basically David is able to beat Goliath, the 7 feet giant, because he was unconventional. Now, why are we talking about wars these days? Uh, because if you see, it's today's news. Today's news is basically, the biggest acquisition has done one of the biggest acquisition that is done in the software industries. Salesforce has acquired Slack for $27 billion, approximately 28 billion dollars, to compete with Microsoft, because Microsoft Teams was growing massively. They've got around 70 million users. So when you are in this particular environment, Slack is a startup. It's a high growth startup. But when you're competing with Goliaths like Amazon, Google, Microsoft, they've been Goliaths, and it is very difficult to survive, and in fact beat these giants. That's where you need unconventional strategies. So this is one of the classic example that Slack has collaborated and with Salesforce, so that they can basically compete with Microsoft. So this is one of the example of growth marketing. You need to be unconventional, you need to be agile, uh, if you want to grow your startup quickly, rapidly, and if you want to survive. If your company is not growing 30% every year, uh, there's a high chance that the company is going to die. So it's very very important. Another case study I would like to discuss is about Listerine. Listerine is a mouthwash brand. So uh, Listerine wanted to kind of promote their uh, brand, and but they did not had a lot of money on ads. They did not want to spend a lot of money on ads. So what did the guys do is basically they created a new word. So there's a word called halitus, which means bad breath in Greek. They added a osis word in that, and they created a new cool word called halitosis. So now you don't have a bad breath, you actually suffering from a medical condition called halitosis, right? So see, growth can be driven by two approaches. One is using the technology approach, and the second is psychological approach. Okay, psychology is also one of the very very important aspect of growth. So if you see, they have named their own, they created their own disease name, and the solution to halitosis is Listerine. Not only that, they also created a model called EGMA, and you can see that in the image, which showcased that if you are suffering from halitosis, nobody is going to go on a date with you. So and their sales went skyrocket without spending any money on ads. Similar case studies of Colgate, if everybody is aware about. uh, Colgate wanted to increase sales, and a lot of senior professionals said that let's increase our budgets on ads, and that's how we will be able to increase our sales. A junior professional said that let's increase the size of the nozzle of the Colgate toothpaste. The consumption will increase, and automatically it will have an impact on on sales. And that's actually what happened. They kind of increased the size of the nozzle, and without spending any money, the sales increased. So this is exactly what growth hacking is. Companies like Dropbox. Uh, Dropbox is basically a cloud provider, cloud service provider. So they provide cloud space. Uh, so actually, growth hacking was initially invented in 2010 by a guy called Sean Ellis. So Sean Ellis is a Silicon Valley investor and a serial entrepreneur. He actually was working with his CEO Drew Houston of Dropbox. So Dropbox has a very typical challenge that they were facing. You know, uh, Dropbox was actually selling a product for $99 in 2010, and the cost of acquisition to acquire one customer, they were spending $200 on paid ads. So if you search these paid ads, if you go to Google and if you type cloud service, cloud space app, so there's IBM. So these are the paid ads. So they were using this, but it was very expensive. Imagine you are spending $200 to acquire a customer and selling $100 product, which was very difficult. So then what happened was Sean Ellis came into picture, and then basically they identified that they had 40,000 users. What Dropbox had was 40,000 users who loved their product. Okay, so so basically what Sean Ellis did was, if you are aware about the popular referral growth hack program, which is also implemented by Google Pay, if you make a transfer to your friend, you get first time you get a 50 rupees. You get 50 rupees, and your friend also gets a 50 rupees amount. Similar to that, Dropbox introduced a referral growth hack, wherein if you are a Dropbox user and if you share it, if you invite your friend, uh, you know, if you invite your friend and he signs up on the product, he gets a 5 GB extra space, and you also get a 5 GB extra space. This referral growth hack was really worked really well for Dropbox. They went from 40,000 users to 1.8 million users uh, within 11 months. Zero advertising money spent. So that's a growth rate of 3,900%. So if you see now, a lot of brands use referral growth hacks. If you go to Airbnb and if you type referral growth hack or referral program, just a second. Yeah. So this is also one of the one of the page that every brand needs to have. Referral marketing is one of the underutilized marketing channel. So Airbnb is, you can see this, invite your friends who are new to Airbnb, they get a discount. Friends who sign up for Airbnb with your link will get up to rupees 5 4,000 off a stay, and 1,000 rupees towards an Airbnb experience, right? And that's how basically people kind of invite, and then they grow their user base, and you also get something. So this is a referral page. um, so yeah, that's how the referral program works. So Dropbox implemented it, and Airbnb again is another company that uses growth marketing and growth strategies to grow their business. We all know that Airbnb is one of the largest real estate company in the world, uh, mainly into travel space. So Airbnb also, let me talk about their growth hacking. What they did was, so in the initial stage, Airbnb was actually facing a problem of acquiring users. See, if you don't have much money, you're a startup, right? We don't have much we don't have marketing budgets, right? We don't have huge budgets until unless you are funded. So then what did Airbnb did was they reverse engineered. Okay, so they asked their customers that where do they basically go to. Just to tell you that Airbnb is a real estate website. I mean, you can list your house there, okay, and then you can invite tourists at your place. It's an alternative to hotel, and it's much cheaper. So what did Airbnb did was they asked that where do you go if you want to list your home, or where do you go if you're looking for a rental property? So people said that we go to Craigslist. Craigslist is like, so OLX and your Quicker are a copy of Craigslist. So yeah, this is one of the website that people actually see this, right, in the housing department. So people go here to check out the space. What did Airbnb did was they kind of created a feature on their platform wherein if you list your property on Airbnb, it will be automatically posted on Craigslist. Okay, so I don't need to kind of post it multiple times, so it can be automatically posted on Craigslist. Now what happened was when I click on this particular ad, you know, they this ad will take me to Airbnb. Okay, this ad will take me to Airbnb, and that's how they kind of hacked Craigslist audience. You know, within 9 months, Airbnb acquired 1 million users, 1 million traffic, free of cost. So usually, if you want to drive traffic from this particular these kind of website, you need to pay. They have ad format, but for a free of cost, Airbnb hacked it. So this is some part of growth hacking that the growth hacking case studies that we as marketers are supposed to use. Then there's this another case study by Udemy. Udemy is an education platform, and of course I'm sure many of you have heard about Udemy in the lockdown, because they offer courses for 500 rupees and 600 rupees. So even Udemy was facing a lot of problems because it's a marketplace. You need teachers and then you need students. So basically, Udemy at the initial stage they did not had a lot of teachers and a lot of courses. So not many, they were not able to acquire students. Okay, so when you run a two-sided when you run a marketplace, you have to handle two things: supply and demand, right? So when we talk about that, what did Udemy did was they took YouTube videos. Okay, they took YouTube videos and then they embedded on their platform. Okay, and then they acquired students. Once they got students, then they approached teachers that, hey, we have students. Now would you like to sell your courses? And that's how they hacked this demand supply side using YouTube videos. So let's understand what do these guys have in common. They use the strategy called other people network or other people audience or leveraged audience. So as a digital marketer, if you see, you will need time to build your own audience. If you want to build following on your Instagram, on your YouTube, you will have to work really hard and it will take a lot of time, budgets, content to do that, right? OPN strategy, OPN growth hack is basically you need to identify where your audience is already hanging around. Are they on Craigslist? Are they on Quora.com? Are they on Facebook groups? Are they on WhatsApp groups? Where are they? Identify them. And I recommend that you can also use a tool called Spark Toro for this. Spark Toro is a great tool that I recommend to identify where your audience is. So you all you need to do is my audience frequently talks about digital marketing, right? So let's say I want to know my audience from digital marketing, where are they hanging around, right?
So it says this, the audience size is very large, right? So my audience, the audience that I'm looking around, that if I want to target, so they mainly follow HubSpot as a social media account, they follow Moz, they follow Google Analytics, they are on websites like searchengineland.com, searchenginejournal.com, moz.com, right? And I can also check other websites. These are the websites that they are visiting: neilpatel.com, emarketer.com, right? These are the websites that I need to target. I can collaborate with these websites, instead of paying Google or something like that. Which YouTube channels are they following? So I can also understand you top subscribe YouTube channels. These are the YouTube channels they are following. This is a free account. If you upgrade, then you'll get the, which podcast are they listening to, right? These are the influencers they follow. So this can help you in strategizing your OPN strategy. So collaborate with these, I can collaborate with this guy, Gary Moran, Dr. Pete Mayers, and these kind of websites. So they can influence my audience very well. So yeah, using OPN as a strategy, they were creative or nasty. So if you see, Airbnb actually unethically hacked Craigslist audience. So you can be a bit nasty. We don't recommend it. You can try it initially, but we don't recommend it in the long run because it can harm your brand. Then, and it's more than marketing. You need to know development, technology, automation skill sets as well. We'll talk about it uh, in the coming slide. So why growth hacking? Why growth marketing or growth hacking? Because traditional marketing channels are expensive and saturated. When I say traditional marketing channels, I'm not only talking about TV, television, or your print. I'm talking about Facebook ads, Google ads, LinkedIn ads. These are very, very expensive channels. And for a startup who does not have a Google ad click, a high competitive keyword click is around 100 rupees, 150 rupees, almost unaffordable for a self-funded startup, right? So you need to identify new channels, right? The second important aspect of growth hacking is most companies focus only on building cool products, right? Right now, building cool products is not a channel, is not a challenge, right? The main challenge is distribution, whether you have customers or no. That is very, very important. Steve Blank, a serial entrepreneur, says that most of these startups fail not because of the product, because of the poor distribution that they have. So you need to focus on gaining traction. That is very, very important. New channels are being created every day. So every day there are new platforms that are coming, new communities that are coming. If you see, Instagram Reels is one of the most growing channel right now that brands are leveraging. Slack communities, Facebook communities, new channels are already being created. So we need to identify these traction channels. Acquiring is easy, activation and retention is difficult. We'll come to that. And most important for a startup at the early stage, return on investment is very, very important. ROI is a key ingredient. Also, growth hacking is not about tips and tricks. It's a scientific process that you need to develop, which is scalable, repeatable, and sustainable. Now, what I'm going to talk about is the pirate funnel. I want everyone to kind of research about this. The pirate funnel is from this guy called Dave McClure from 500 Startups. Any startup, if they want to grow, you need to think beyond acquiring customers, right? So this is the pirate funnel that we are going to talk about. So growth marketing is a full funnel marketing approach. Okay, a growth marketing team or growth team takes care of the entire funnel. Okay, let's understand the entire funnel one by one. So first we have awareness. Okay, what do you mean by awareness? As a awareness stage, digital marketers take care of getting people to a particular website. So let's say this is a website, right? This is a particular website, right? So acquiring user from maybe Facebook ads and wherever you want, that is something called a uh, awareness part, not the brand awareness. So getting people on the website, that is called awareness. Then converting them, or basically asking them to sign up. So convergence, a sign up. Let's say I kind of create an account here. I've already created my account, right? So if I sign up and create my account, that is something called acquisition. The digital marketer or digital marketer only takes care of this part, awareness and acquisition, whereas growth marketing team takes care of the full funnel marketing. Let's understand what is activation. Activation is basically when the user, when your audience uh, understands your business value for the first time, okay, or faces or experiences the wow moment. Let me give you a very very simple example of what exactly is a wow moment. let's say uh, let's say let's say Zomato has raised funding, right? They are running ads on YouTube massively, right? We've all seen that. So I see an ad, okay, as a user, okay. I click on that ad. I go to Google Play Store, and then I download the application of Zomato. This is from the acquisition level, okay. When I order my first favorite food, let's say pizza on Zomato online order, and that pizza reaches to me, reaches at my place within time, right? In 15 minutes to 20 minutes, whatever the time was promised to me at the right price, and I and kind of I eat that pizza and then I find it amazing. That's where I get the wow moment. Hey, you know, why didn't I have this product earlier in my life? So if you don't have this, if I basically have a bad experience, right? If I don't experience a wow moment at this time, let's say if I come through the YouTube ad, right, and which Zomato has paid, I click on Zomato app and I kind of place an order on Zomato. The delivery is delayed by, let's say, it takes an hour to come, right? And the taste is really really bad, and I had a very very bad experience at the first time. Am I going to order again? No. There is also a high chance that I'm gonna uninstall the application, right? So if you see, acquisition is not a major challenge. You can acquire a customer by paying money and using different tactics, but bottom line is, are you able to retain them, right? The company is going to grow when I order. Zomato is going to grow when I order through Zomato at least twice thrice a week, right? Or daily. Zomato would like to want me to order on a daily basis, right? So retention is also a very very important aspect. So activation is when the user experiences your business value. You, as a growth marketer, we need to ensure, and that's done through experimentation, ensure that the user experiences the value as soon as possible. Then we have retention, guys. Retention is, you want to ensure that people come to your app on a daily basis. So if you see, Zomato will send you emails, push notifications that, hey, today is Saturday, would you like to order some pizza? Today is Monday, would you like to order some, maybe it's Monday blues, here's a 40% off. So bottom line is, Zomato wants you to come on their app, stay on their app, use their app features, order again and again, again and again. Then we have referral. We've already seen referral. If I refer to somebody else, and then I can also kind of bring in more customers. So one customer should bring more customers. That's the kind of formula to grow your uh, business exponentially. If I'm investing in money in acquiring a customer, the same customer needs to bring me more customers. So then we have revenue. What do you mean by revenue? Selling, upsell, and cross sell. So let's say I'm ordering a pizza. The Zomato algorithm will automatically recommend me, hey, you can buy a Coke along with that, or maybe you know uh, maybe if I'm ordering a pizza for 300 rupees, let's say Zomato will tell me that if you buy uh, get another pizza for 100 rupees, so for 400 rupees I get two pizzas, right? That's how you can also increase the revenue. So we need to work as a growth marketer. We work at the full funnel stage, solving problems for awareness, that is getting people to the website, to acquisition, to activation, to retention, to referral and revenue. That's the path to reach a $100 million dollar company, in case uh, you want to kind of grow that way. Now, I also want to insist on certain thing, that is growth hacking is not a right term to be used. I use it because it kind of helps me in gaining attention of my audience. Growth marketing or just growth is the right way, because growth hacking is all about tactics. This OPN is a tactic, but we cannot copy what has worked for Dropbox cannot work for me, right? We cannot copy that, but we can surely learn to develop a great process, right? So the growth pyramid is consist of tactics, right? You need the right team, you need the growth team to be there, you need the right process that can be repeatable. Anybody can repeat it, copy it, document it, and you need the right mindset. That's where basically that's how the growth happens. If you think that a lot of myths, I'm going to clear that, if you hire a growth hacker like me, and you want your company to grow exponentially because you've hired a growth hacker, that does not work. It's a consulting thing that can be done, but implementation needs to be done. Growth is a very important function to be externalized, to be outsourced. So when we talk about acquisition, these are the 19 channels, and I recommend a book called Traction. As a digital marketer, you can leverage these 19 channels: viral marketing, public relation, unconventional PR, search engine marketing, social and display ads, offline ads, SEO, content marketing, email marketing, engineering as marketing, target market blogs. These are the 19 channels: BD, sales, affiliate programs, existing platforms, trade shows, offline events, speaking engagements, community building. So what you can do is you can invest some kind of experimenting amount. Let's say maybe $10 or $20. The book recommends to invest $100, but I recommend at least, let's say, you can invest $10 to $20 to test and find out the top three growth channels. Identify the top three growth channels that are working for you well, that can be scaled. For us, SEO works really well, search engine optimization. Most of the business that we get is from SEO. We do a lot of speaking engagements like this, and then community building. These are some of the channels that we acquire, we can scale, right? So yeah, that's how it works. So for acquisition, you can leverage these 19 channels. Now let us understand the growth process. So the Pirate matrix is this basically, right? So every stage has a different team, so you can kind of understand the process. So first we identify the Pirate matrix. Okay, we create a flow chart or a funnel, and then we decide a term called OMTM. Okay, so again, a major difference between a digital marketer and a growth marketer. A digital marketer has a very broad focus. If we talk about digital marketing, guys, they are focused on traffic, engagement, conversions, lot many matrices. When we talk about growth marketer, they have this concept called the North Star matrix, or the OMTM, one metric that matters the most. So let's say you have a startup of five people. Okay, 5 or 10 people. Of course, if you're a small startup, you can't focus on lot many things, right? I have seen a lot of startups making this very common mistake. They want to do everything. They also want to do B2B, they want to do B2C, they want to sell 5 products at a time, right? But the team, the manpower and the budget that they have is only for 5 people, and some kind of budget, right? As a startup, you need to identify what is the most important metric for yourself to grow. For example, one could be for Zomato, the OMTM on one metric that matters the most is basically could be transactions. Okay. So when last time I heard Zomato raised 1200 crores, and their goal was to reach 50 lakh transactions. They wanted to increase transactions on their platform for online orders, and that's where they pumped in money. So yeah, so AMTM is basically a important concept that is being used in growth marketing. And this is the growth hacking process. You brainstorm, you prioritize, you basically you brainstorm ideas, right? You come up with growth experiment ideas that, hey, uh, if we do this, then we can kind of help in, we can kind of whatever can be your challenge. Let's assume that my for my business the challenge is lead generation, okay, and we are a growth team. So let's say we are a people of 13 people. So we all will come under one table and we'll brainstorm that how can we increase lead generation, right? Everybody is going to put in their ideas. We'll brainstorm on it. Then we are going to prioritize it. Okay. Then we'll be building an experiment. Okay. There is an experiment that needs to be built. Let's say Sanjay sir says that, we can generate leads by doing webinars. Okay. By doing webinars is, let's say, uh, so what we do a 3-week experiment. Okay. We build an experiment. For building an experiment, what do we need? We need a landing page. We need Zoom, right? And we need email marketing, right? We test that experiment and then we analyze. If we are successful, we scale it. If we are, if we fail, good for us. Good for us. We can learn why did we fail, right? And as far as experimentation is concerned, I hope everybody is aware about Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos give credits to experimentation for Amazon success. So Jeff Bezos says our success at Amazon is a function of how many experiments we do per year, per month, per week, per day. uh, this is a very very important and a drastic change that the industry is looking at. So slow and very very slow and conventional marketing is soon be overtaken by a fast rapid experimentation team. So to become to become a growth marketer, you need 19 skill sets. If you see, this is a basically T-shaped marketing uh, profile that you need to have. There's a base knowledge. This is the non-marketing knowledge that you need to have. That is front-end coding, service design, wireframing, behavioral psychology, brand engagement, client engagement. Then you need to have marketing foundation. That is the foundation level, analytics, conversion rate optimization, experiment design. So you need to ask, can you design experiments? Do you know what is funnel marketing, automation, AI, and then channel expertise? You can gain expertise in any of these digital marketing channels. So social media marketing, organic social, SEO, uh, tool-based marketing, mobile marketing. These are the channels that you can kind of leverage, guys, to acquire customers. So if you become a T-shaped marketer, you can become a unicorn. We call them unicorn. It's very hard to find. And this is what growth hacking looks like, guys. It's a combination of creative marketing plus coding and automation. You need a coder, you need a team, right? Coding and automation, you need to mix it up with it. You need behavioral psychology, data and testing, lean marketing, UX improvement, conversion rate optimization, and technical marketing. So there are various skill sets that a growth marketer needs to learn. A lot of skills that you will need to solve problems on these activation, retention, and referral. You will need a development skill sets. You will need automation skill sets. So it's beyond just digital marketing. The myth of the lone growth hacker, as I said, it's a myth that you hire a growth hacker who is very very expert, and then you ask him that he's going to shower some magic on your startup and he's going to grow. That does not help. It's a complete system that we need to develop. So this is the system. That's the growth marketing transformation pyramid. You need all of these components to grow your company. Uh, and then we talk about growth team. This is how a growth team looks like. You need a head of growth, which is a digital marketer with an entrepreneurship background and a growth mindset. So you need a head of growth in the company. You need a developer, full stack developer. You need a UI UX guy, and you need a data analyst. This is how a medium startup growth team looks like. And then there is another model as well: product manager, growth engineer, growth marketer, growth data, growth design. These are basically this is how the team looks like. So you need a growth team at place to grow your startup. You can also create growth teams based on the funnel stage. For acquisition, a different team; for activation, a different team; for retention, for revenue, for referral, and there could be a VP for growth, and then which reports to CEO. This is how a LinkedIn growth team looks like. They have a growth team for SEO. They have a growth team for network growth. They have a team for activation, the second stage, and then they also have a team for engagement. So yeah, that's it from my side. Thank you. I hope it was valuable and I made sense. Any questions I can answer? Sir, I cannot hear you.
Please take questions from the YouTube.
Gupta, sorry, Sanjay sir, your voice is not clear.
Sir, it's clear. See? Yes, sir. Hello. Sir, is it getting?
No, it's not clear, sir.
Sir, is it okay now?
No, sir.
Hello.
Sound is too less.
Sir, sir, Harshit, thank you for giving the valuable guidance. Growth marketing, strategy, so what the skills, the mindset is required for growing a startup, and the channels like virtual marketing, PR, SEM, social and display ads, and the five pillars that consist awareness, acquisition, activation, retention, referral, revenue on these various topics, along with how our website, that is the startup company, will grow with a website, grow a YouTube channel, and some Airbnb like growth hackers are there. How to push there? Why we should proceed from growth marketing, the traditional marketing, ROI on various topics. You are actually guided. Thanks to you. I invite our institute principal, sir, Dr. R.S. Deshpande, sir, to address the talk. Hello, very good and warm welcome to all of you on this. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
On this occasion of webinar on digital marketing by Mr. Gupta, co-founder and director and PM. I was listening the whole webinar, and I'm very happy that Mr. Gupta, very good afternoon, sir. I'm very thankful that you have accepted the invitation of Imperial College of Engineering and enlightened our audience with the new concepts, new opportunities in the digital marketing. Because the new trends in the marketing, they have changed a lot. And the lockdown has also imposed us to make changes in our marketing strategies. So apart from our social networking, as we are already knowing, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and all these things, some new concepts, some new things, some new strategies, some new horizons are also there, and that must be known to the young budding engineers, because whenever they will join in the new company, or whenever they will start their own business or anything, marketing is the most important for each and every day. Even when the students go for the interview, what they are doing, they are selling themselves, they are marketing their quality, their biography, and so on. So the different strategies that Mr. Ankit Gupta has explained that I like the most, and some new concepts also he has explained. Hopefully, this is also digested by our students and our engineers. The same lecture is also available on YouTube. So the students who could not able to join now, they can also listen them. They can also study it. And yes, Mr. Harshit Gupta, I would like to tell you that though this is the beginning, might be your first time visiting our institute virtually, can say, in this lockdown period, a lot of things have changed, a lot of things have come to lockdown. But our urge for learning, the urge for innovation, has not locked down, and that is open. And in such a pandemic situation, you have accepted our invitation and you have given good guidance. But I think though this is the beginning, we would like to keep close association with you in future also for our entrepreneurship development cell.
Okay.
I must say that the students of ICOR or Imperial College, they are positively attitude, they are hardworking, they are from rural area, but they're very sincere. They will pick up your ideas, they will take it to the end, and the young energetic team of our mechanical department, then BDC cell, which is the staff, which is the party, the department, there are a very young dynamic team. They will certainly take these students to some new avenue, new goals that will be useful for them. So, Mr. Gupta, we would like to have association, that is I want to tell you. And maybe as per your convenience, we will take this to the end. We can organize more and more seminars, webinars, and guidance. When physically we will be open, definitely I'll be very happy to interact with you in person and we'll see that what we can do for our university and the students who are now hope for the tomorrow. So once again, thank you very much. Good study and be in a good health. Thank you. Thank you very much. I wish you all the best for all of this, all of you and all the audience. Thank you very much. Sidhu, Sidhu sir, are you listening me? Sidhu Patil.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You can conclude the session.
Sure, sir. Thank you. Nikhil, conclude the
Yes,
session.
sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So can I end the session?
Yes, sure. You can end it.
Okay,
Hello.
sir.
Yes, sir. Can conclude here.
Jagtap sir, can we conclude? Jagtap sir, please change your headphone. The voice is very low. It is not clearly audible.
Yes. Okay, thank you all. Thank you, Ashit sir, for giving a valuable guidance and with present giving very insights on growth marketing and strategy. As our institute principals had assured you that our institute will be ready to associate it with the NSDM and it will be fruitful for the upcoming initiatives that jointly will be organized ahead. So thank you all students and faculty for attending the webinar series session 2 and thanks to the Mechanical Engineering Student Association MESA, uh, Department of Mechanical Engineering and faculty from other departments were actually participated and cooperated for us. Thanks for the participation from the various institutes where this registration attended the webinar, and we look forward the student participation and the faculty for the webinar series 3 we are conducting in our tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. on leadership skills and communication for entrepreneurship development. The webinar series sessions feedback link we are sharing after the completion of session 3, and we are expecting the students feedback for to get of all the 3 sessions for our improvement. Thank you all. Thanks to you. Thank you, sir.
Nikhil, end the meeting.